Good morning, people. And this is Virtual Pool 4. And we're here for a US Open match. And it's between Yamagutchitarou and Cobra. And now if I sound rough, I've just fallen out my bed. This match set for 1/2 the hour and it's about 6:27 at the moment. Both players are here, they're both warming up. And it's a race to 16. Let's have a look at the bracket. And this is a match we're waiting on. This is a round 5 match on the winner's side. So he's scheduled for 6:30 AM GMT. And we are just a few minutes away from the start. And I can't call this match. And hopefully during the match I might wake up as well. Let's just have a quick look. Well, that's another tournament that's on at the moment, but just about another minute or so we should be good to go. Now there's cue ball 70's in playing. He's getting a bit of practice in, and he won his match last night against Tommy Yu. And it was a close match, and Tommy lost out 11-9, and it was a good effort, but cue ball 70's too much experience, and that took him through. And cue ball 70's going to play Wink at Me in the next round in the one-loss side. And we had another match last night between Magician and who the hell was he playing? Z Karaoke, and Z Karaoke won by 16 racks to 12. So Z Karaoke is into the next round. And Albinario is set to play Larry because Cobra has put Larry through to the one-loss side. So that's another good match. There's a lot of good matches still to come. So any second now, and this room should be up. Good morning. Right, room is up. So in we go. And both players have arrived, and Yamagutchitarou is on the right for the lag. He doesn't have a playing cue, just uses a house cue, and Cobra on the left. And Yamagutchitarou wins the lag, and for the rest of the match we'll just call him Yama. So these two players, strong favourites for this tournament, and we're expecting some class 9-ball in this match. And if you've got as high a rating as these two players have, then you demand the best from them. So, dry break from Yama, and straight away with an open table we're looking for Cobra to run out. Now this he has to be careful with. He needs to get the gap and he's gone too far, and that was always going to be the issue. The angle that he had, he couldn't hold it. So he's looking to kick the 2 and at least move it one way or another. And he'll take that. Now is Yama lining up the bank. He's playing it pocket weight, and he's played it perfect. And he's running away from the 5. See if he can actually hold it. He's drawn across, maybe drawn into the 7. Well, he's just trying to check it and hold it. And he's left a toughie. And he's got the pace perfect on the 6. Needs to leave the angle though on this 7 so he can drop behind the 8. And he's got that. So Cobra had the chance to run out the first rack, didn't finish nice on that 2 ball. And this is a result. Yama has taken his chance and has won the first rack, the rack that he broke off on. So a quick reminder of the rules again. It's alternate break, so Cobra's breaking off in rack number 2. There are no jump cues, which will suit Yama because he doesn't have any cues, just plays with the house cue. And golden breaks are on, so if you pot the 9 on the break, you win the rack. So this time Cobra has come up dry. Yama could play a safety, just push that 1 ball behind the 9 and marry the cue ball up to the 9 if he can. He could possibly be trying a combo, but it's a bit risky. And not a difficult kick. The difficulty's getting it safe. Well, it hasn't gone safe. And again, it's a chance for Yama. Slightly the wrong side of this too. Let's have a look. Well, I can just brush into the 4 and he will still be on the 3, but he's going to have a distance to get the cue ball back down for this 4. He can come off the left rail and across to the right. He's got the slight angle to do it. Well, he's played a little draw and he's going to push the 4 past the 8. Plenty of room. Crucial one's going to get from this 5 to the 6 though. And he's overcut the 4. So we're looking for a response from Cobra. This is a chance. You can see the 4. Now, he's got to try and avoid the 7 here, unless he's going to try and just brush it and stay on the 7 in the same pocket. And that's worked out reasonably okay as far as being able to pot the 7. The only problem is he's fairly straight. He's going to have to work the cue ball. He's trying to pinch an angle there, and that's risky. And he's got it. So it looks as if we're going to have 2 racks against the break. And this 9 ball to tie the match. And it's 1 rack all. So this is going to be like a 1 chance match each rack. Whoever gets in, if the balls are there for the taking, we have to expect them to run out. And that's going to be the difference. Almost a scratch there for Yama. Now, I mean, that 1, 8 and 3 looked lined up like a combo, but I wonder if we'd ever risk that. No, just looking to keep it tight. And this is going to have to possibly be the bank up and down. I don't know whether he can get enough spin in it to just squeeze round that 2 ball. Well, he's trying. He's just caught the edge. And that's not a bad result. A check on the stream. The stream looks okay. It's holding up. So we're going to get a bit of safety here until somebody finds a good one. And Yama's got a chance here. You can stick the cue ball onto the 2, possibly. Or is he going for the bank? No, he's got it tight. And this is a toughie. Now Cobra has a choice. He can go and try and hit the 1. But he's probably better leaving things the way they are as far as this 2, 3 and 8 ball are concerned, to make it difficult for Yama to try and run out. And he's got the hit. And he's got it safe. It was a good effort. But this 1 can still cut. But it's a difficult run out. Well, I do believe he tried to draw on the 9. Now, I wonder if Cobra can come off the edge of that 1 and send the cue ball down here. No, he's just keeping it tight the other way. Well, there's enough shown in that 1, and Yama might take that chance if he can get the spin in the cue ball. He doesn't want to leave a combo in the rail though. He needs to be careful with that. Well, the 6 ball's running away from the pocket, so the combo's not on. Once again, Yama has the angle to try and get this cue ball between the 7 and the 4 and get it down towards the 3 and the 8 and the 2. Well, the mistake has been made. Now, although Cobra can get the 1 ball, it's a thin cut. He'll just be looking to play a tight safety in the 2 if he does get it. He's got no way of getting to the 2 from here. So he just pushed the 2 ball past the 8. Unless he's going to bite the bullet and look at this combo. He's having a look. Well, he's gone for it. But he's left the 3 hanging. And Yama will pounce. Well, that 4 ball is tight past the 5, and the 2 ball is deep in the pocket. So Yama might look to leave a bank here in the 4. Difficult to say, unless he can get over behind it. No, he's leaving the bank. And he's usually pretty deadly with a bank. No problem. Table's now wide open. And you'd expect him to do the rest. He's just looking at the angle that he wants to leave on the 6. He wants to stop the cue ball so that he's got that angle and plenty of room to get out for the 7, which he's done. Now this has all come about. Cobra thought about it, had a go at the 3 ball combo, and this is going to be the end result. And both players are well aware that any mistakes, they'll expect to get the severe punishment. Well, there's a mistake. Yama's going to have to kick this in. And he's pretty good at kicking as well. And the 9's reasonably close to the pocket. but he's missed it. So here's Cobra. He's going to pinch this rack. And the mistakes might be few and far between in this match, and it could be just all that makes a difference. So Cobra goes into the lead, 2 racks to 1. And there's a shot in the 1. Yama's, if he's going to take it on, he's going to have to avoid the traffic. This 2-ball squeezes past the 3, no problem. But he has to get a sight on it. And it's not an easy starter, this cut in the 1. And he's found the gap. That was a good shot. Well, now he's got a slight problem, but he has the angle. He's just hampered right over this 5 ball, so he's looking right down on the table. But he can get the cue ball across for the 4. He's a bit short. Now I wonder whether he'll even have a go for this, because it's not easy to get on the 5. He can spin it between the 9 and the 8 and up the table. He can do that and bring it over this way. But it looks as if he's drawn it. Oh, he's played a beautiful shot. Went all out. He's left it at distance, but he's got himself on the 5. Well, this isn't perfect, but once again he has the angle in the 7 to make it simple. He can just a little soft draw if he wants, or he can go across the table. There's 2 options as to what he does here to get on this 8 and leave it into either pocket at the bottom of the screen. Just across. Now, well, slight angle should be enough for him to get there for the 9. So the match is going to be tied up again. 2 racks all. Well, the 5 ball's gone in. Now, well, the 1 ball isn't potting, so Yama can squeeze it past the 9 that way. It's tight, but there's plenty of room off the jaw. He's just got there. Now, can he avoid the middle pocket? Or is he going to take it into the middle pocket, because He's got to get a sight in this 3-ball. Three ball tucked behind the 4, so he's got to get to the bottom rail. And this is not easy. Yeah, went for it in the middle. Not an easy shot, positional shot, that one. So it's a chance for Cobra. Well, we can see where the problem lies. Problem's there in the 6-ball. But if we can get out for the 4, he can drop onto the rail and leave the angle from there to play the 6. But he's got to play this dead weight. He has to go far enough to make the potting angle. And he's gone too far, has he? Well, I think he can just squeeze it in. I think it looks touch and go. But he's gone, I think he's now gone too far the closer I look at it. And it's only going to be these little errors that could be the difference. Had to drop that in dead weight. He had to leave the cue ball near the rail. And he's gone too straight. Well, the old hit and hope. And how's his luck? Well, he'll take that. And what does Yama do? He's got the angle off the left rail to certainly kick the 6. Well, he's lining up a jump. Remember, no jump cues. Oh, well, he's played it well. I think that's about the first time we've saw a player try to play a jump with the normal cue, and what's more, the house cue, and he's pulled it off. And I don't think Cobra would be expecting that. Well, it means that Yama is going back into the lead. And with that, I'm going to be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, folks, we're back. Had to go and clear my head. So we're back in rack number 6. And Yamagutchitarou got the lead with that excellent jump shot with the house cue. But Cobra's in. Got to get around the table for this 5 unless he leaves it long. If he just rolls the 4 in, he'll leave the 5 at distance. And not always the best tactic. These players are looking to get good position, and that cue ball just needs to bounce. And he's almost there. Well, you'd be hacking in the mic as well if you just dropped out of bed. Now, I could do this. If I feel a cough coming on, I could and just mute the mic. Constant crackle through the recording and through the live stream, which is probably even more annoying. So Cobra's response is quick, and provided he can get on the 9, we'll be back all square. So here we are into rack number 7. And it's Yama breaking. Now this is where I thought there might be a difference, because now, did Yama buy himself a break cue there? You know what, I wasn't even paying attention, but he must have done that with a break cue. Did anybody see a break cue there? Ah, so he's decided to buy the cues, has he? He never uses them. He must have just bought them recently. Why is the table blue? Because I chose it as blue. Now if you want, I can do that and go to miscellaneous and choose green, like that. So you choose the colour you want to watch it in. You don't have that choice, unfortunately, when I'm streaming it, because it'll stream the colour that I'm choosing, obviously. Well, the 9 is near the middle pocket, but that's going in no problem. So this time it's going to be Yama that responds with a break and run. goes back into the lead, 4 racks to 3. And Cobra breaking off. And rack number 8. Well, there is a 1-4 combo, not an easy one. Or he could just run for cover, which is his second choice. And how does that look? Pretty good. And Cobra has missed the kick. And this is a chance for Yama to open up a gap. Ball in hand. He's having a look around, checking out the 5 ball. So now he's got the route in mind, the route that he wants to go. Well, he's now used his extension, and that could maybe be a problem if he gets himself in a problem in this run out. He's not going to have a lot of time to think about a shot. I thought he jumped with his house cue, but again, I'm half asleep. Yeah, he definitely must have bought that jump cue and break cue in the last day or two, because he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's never had them and he's never used them in any time I've ever seen him play. But he can't. But the thing is, now that I think about it, he certainly didn't jump with a jump cue, because you can't jump with a jump cue in this tournament. So he did jump with his house cue. So I'm right in that fact. The jump cues have been taken out of the tournament. Well, there's a mistake, and he's got away with it. And Cobra is going to have to try and kick and bank this 6 if he can get it lined up. Because you feel if he's okay to hit it, but unless he gets lucky, Yama's going to pounce. And he's not got the luck. Not an easy one, this 6. Oh, he's controlled it well. Wrong angle in the 7, but shouldn't be a problem. And he's going to go a bit square. Now this is a problem. Now what does he do? I mean, even with a lot of left-hand English, that's going to make this shot 10 times more difficult. Is he going for the cut back into the middle? Or is he going for the bank? And he's checked to cue ball. A lot of right-hand English there to check it when it hit that second rail, to stop it running away. He's left a cut back, but at least it's a shot. And being deadly in the banks, he chose the bank, and he's now got the gap. He leads by 5 racks to 3, and he definitely is using a break cue. Probably a wise move to actually eventually get himself a break cue, because that house cue soft break is the one thing that could have went against him for the rest of the tournament. Well, the mistake has been made again by Cobra, trying to play a delicate one and hide the cue ball behind the 9, but he's not got to the rail. Now, what's Yama doing here? Is he lining up a combo? Or is he trying to tuck behind that bunch of balls up in the corner? Well, that is an excellent shot. What a shot. What a combo at that distance. And he's gone to 6-3. And Cobra is going to have to respond. The mistake, not getting to the rail, but what a combination shot in the 9 from that range. And Cobra's now going to be feeling the pressure. And once again he's missed the kick. So ball in hand, same routine as before. Have a look around, check where you want to leave the cue ball, and then just do the rest. Choice of pockets where he wants to play this 4 when he pots the 3. Well, just a run through. Well, he's made sure he wasn't going to hook himself behind the 8. 7 ball, good bit off the rail, and shouldn't be a problem. He just has to get the cue ball out onto the 8, probably using both rails, or he could pot it dead weight, but he's going to use the 2 rails. Now this is not easy. Got to have the power in the cue ball to get it up for the 9, and he's done that, no problem. And the gap goes to 4. So after that cagey start from 3 racks all, Yama has raised the gear, and he's raised the stakes for Cobra. And so far he's been found wanting. He's made a couple of errors and he's paid the price. And Yama gets the 5 ball in the break. Now this is not quite as simple, because the angle he would want to bring the cue ball back up to the 2, the 8 is pretty close to that angle from what I'm seeing here, and he's managed to avoid the 8, and he'll be happy with that. Now, anywhere between the 6 and the 8 ball, or even beyond the 6, should leave him at least a cut in the 3, and he's got there. Well, we're already seeing why Yama is one of the main favourites for this tournament, because he plays at such a high standard. Yeah, everybody will make the occasional mistake, but he is going to be the man to beat at the moment. And Cobra's not a player that plays a lot of tournaments. Plays a lot of challenge room 9 ball. But he's going to have to up his game, and he's going to have to do it fairly quickly if he's going to stay in the match. So it's a break and run. And the break goes back to Cobra, and he's trailing 8-3. And I'm going to hack again. And he just isn't getting that ball in the break, and straight away Yama's got the 1. Now he'll certainly, I would think, be looking to try and disturb something when he pots this 2. And ideally he wants to get the cue ball over to the right hand side of the table, and then he'll probably have to rely on a bit of luck when he pots the 2. Let's see what that looks like. Well, he can still nudge the 3, but he's not got the best angle to do it. And this could go wrong. He could nudge the 3 in behind the 5 and the 8 here. And he's not risking it. He's going to keep it tight. That's a good result. This is one of these shots where you don't want to disturb these balls. Try and kick the 3, but for safety's sake, it's far better leaving that 8 and 5 tied up as they are. And his kicking abilities are top drawer. Played that perfect weight, left absolutely nothing for Cobra. And a good response. Even when Cobra plays a safety, he has to get that cue ball tight to the object ball to try and block out the angles for Yama. And that's a big ask, because he knows if he doesn't get there, Yama's odds on to get the kick. Well, the 3's in the open. Now this shot that Cobra's about to play, he has to get the angle on this 4 to disturb the 5 and 8. Oh, he's hung it up. And he'd left the angle. He would have been able to pot the 4. Probably maybe need a bit of left-hand English here to actually kick into the 8, but we will never know now. So Yama has the same problem from a distance on this 3 ball. How does that look? Well, he's not going to be able to disturb him from that angle. He can put a lot of right-hand English on it if he wants, but he's really going to have a task to move anything here. But now Cobra has the chance. Well, he's left it tough, but he knows he has to get this. Anything but straight on the 8 ball. And he's got the angle. Now you should already have a look at that, a look at the 9 to see where it is on the rail. It's off the rail. So it's 1 back for Cobra. Still trails by 8 racks to 4. one has gone in the break. Now, is he going to leave the long cut in the 3? You would think that's all he's going to have. Well, it could be another possible combo here. Although the gap's there. 3 will squeeze between the 2 balls. Now, has he got the cue ball travelling? Well, he's got the shot. And he's... I don't know whether he can avoid running into these 2 balls here. He could try a bit of inside right English to just kick off the rail and avoid. Well, he didn't, and he couldn't. But he's still got a shot. That's a little bit of run that you need. Oh, it's hung up and it's straight. But managed to create the angle with a spin. Yeah, Cobra certainly got his hands full. And any sign of weakness, any mistake, and Yama is pouncing. But he's worked well in this rack so far. And it looks as if the gap's going to open again to 5 racks. So Yama's now halfway home in this race to 16, leads by 9 racks to 4. Well, we've got the 2 players and 7 spectators in the room. Dry break from Cobra. But a 1-4 combo. Yama, well, I thought he was lining up. But he's going to just apply the pressure even more to Cobra by keeping it tight and not being over ambitious. But once again, Cobra has failed on the kick. And we've seen a couple of those errors. He's trying to play a little delicate kick just to keep things tight, but he's not getting to the object ball, and it's costing him dearly. Now, is the 2 going to bounce? Of course it is. But he's a bit straight. But shouldn't think there'd be any problems getting to the 4. Well, that's a problem. didn't get into that cue ball enough, and he's left it really tough. This 4 ball, he's got to keep this tight to the rail. Oh, he's played it well. He's now out of line, of course. So now it's recovery shots. He's got another toughie on this 5. But no problem. No sign of weakness here from Yama. So Yama, first to get to double figures, but more importantly, he's going to have a 6 rack lead and just need another 6 to go through. And Cobra now has a mountain to climb. And Yama breaking off. The 8 ball's gone. No shot in the 1. And just use that 2 ball as a stopper if he wants, and just get distance between the 2. Get the cue ball back up the top end. Now this shot here is where Cobra is feeling pressured into trying this cut in the 1 and try and get himself a rack back in the board here, but this is not an easy one. He could go for the bank. Either way, he's been forced into trying to respond, and it's not worked out. He's got the bank, but he's nothing on the 2, and immediately the pressure's on even more. He's not only got to get the kick, he's got to get it safe. Now he needs to hit this 2 ball full in the face to try and punch it up the table and at least keep the cue ball there or thereabouts near the 3. And that's exactly what he's done. And that's a good shot. Got the 3 ball as cover. The Yama can go between the 7 and the 9, I think, and actually make the angle to kick the 2. Well, this is Cobra's chance. Well, Yama doesn't give much away, but when he does, you have to take the chance. Well, that means it's just a roll through. Too close to the rail, so just a simple roll through in the 4. And he doesn't want to roll too far. he's left it short. And that is a good 6 or 7 inches short from where he wanted that cue ball for this 6. He just wanted to drop it in and leave the 7 down the left hand rail. And now he's having to work a good enough recovery. So it's slim pickings for Cobra, but he's got himself his 5th rack, but he's still trailing by 5. And Cobra, of course, breaking off, isn't getting any help from the run of the balls. No ball in the break. And Yama can try and tuck the cue ball behind the 7 and the 6. And it hasn't quite got there. Well, the 1 ball isn't cutting past the 9, so got to look for a good safety. And that's better. But this sort of situation, if Cobra doesn't get the, if not Cobra, if Yama doesn't get the kick, or he doesn't get it safe, Cobra's got to keep his game together and take the run out. Well, almost ran out of time there, so the mistake has been made and the rest is up to Cobra. And it is not an easy table to run out. This 6-7 set up down the bottom here makes it slightly awkward. The 7 blocking the path for the 6, so the 6 is only going into the 1 pocket really. Once he frees up the left hand corner, getting rid of the 4 ball. And that's the thought process for Cobra, because although he's on the 3 and he's got the 4 and the 5 to go, he has to be working out how he's going to get in the 6. Now, the possibility would be if he finished sort of there on the 5, or even there on the 5, at least he's got the option of coming back across for the 6. So he has to have that in mind. Or he could leave a 6-7 combo, but you don't want to be taking that risk. So here's the important shot to get on this 5. Surely he won't be trying to leave a 5-9 combo. Well, the angle that he's got is fine. He's going to have to go off the rail with a bit of right to come over for the 6, and he needs to travel. It needs to keep going. Well, he's almost at the point of the arrow, and this is not easy either. It's just an awkward angle, and it's got to be a control of pace to maybe come. He could possibly try and come round behind the 7, or he could try and inside English and push the cue ball up to the left Well, he's nudged the 7, taking the risk, and he's got away with it. Well, it's going to be a couple of very important racks that we've just seen, because Cobra has won them. And it's back to 4, but the break goes back to Yama. Here's the perfect situation. Open table, and the first big problem is the 1 ball. I mean, it cuts, but it's a tight cut, and with the pace that he has to play this to get to the 2, it makes the shot much more difficult. And just could not get there. Well, it's all out for the bank, or it's looking for the safety. The bank looks good. Oh, I think he's going to find a gap here. And, well, is there a big enough gap for Yama to see that potting angle in the 2? It looks very tight. And I don't think he can get there. That looks pretty good. Yama has to use the rails to get to this 2. And he's got a very narrow line to get a hit on the 2 from here. And he's caught the edge. And he's got it safe. And surely he's not got him on the... He's not got him corner hooked. Or would you believe it? I think he has. He's got him corner hooked. What a result for Yama on that shot. Can he get past it? Well, he can. My eyes are so bloody bad, he looked corner hooked. Well, in turn, Cobra's played a good one. Oh, I wish this match was later on in the day. This is not a good time for me getting out of bed to watch this, I'll tell you. And just as well I set the alarm clock, because I was in cloud cuckoo land when it went off. So Yama, I think that's probably the first kick that he's actually missed contact. And it's ball in hand for Cobra. And the problem ball is the 7. It's very adjacent to that middle pocket, so it's really only potable from one direction. And he has to clear the path for it, getting rid of the 6 first of all. Hog couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo. There you go. Well, a gentle little cut on this 5. Well, it looks as if Cobra's going to be playing the 7 from the wrong side. And that is making this shot much more difficult to get to the 8. Well, he's only going to be able to go forward or back, and forward's no good to him, so he's got to control the pace on this draw. Now, can he draw and avoid the jaw? There's a slight angle in the 7 that's just hindering him here. Is he going forward? Well, he's taking a difficult option. And he's got there, and he's got the potting angle, but you don't want to be playing these. Oh, what a shot. All out for the bank. And he's got the shot in the 9. And he's got to clinch the deal here on this rack. And in it goes. And the gap is narrowed to 3, and Cobra has the break. And what he wouldn't give for a ball in the break and a position to run out. And the 2 ball has gone in, and he's got nothing on the 1. Now, where does he push? A bit of a dilemma here. The push has been passed, and Yama content to leave Cobra deal with a problem. Is Cobra going to go all out? Oh, he's just squeezed out behind the 9, and he's got the combo. Well, this could end up being a pretty important rack. Yama's pushed back the push out, and he's really forced Cobra into winning the rack. Well, he's going to end up with nothing on the 3. Well, he's looking to go behind the 6 and get right up to the top end of the table. Just a little feather on the 3 ball. And that's well played. Let's see what Yama sees. Well, he's seeing nothing there. Is he trying to catch the edge of the 3? And he's just caught it. Absolute pinpoint. I tell you what, he's got 20/20 vision. There's no way I'd have been able to play that shot. No way on this earth would I have been able to see that, see the edge of that 3. And all of a sudden, this safety battle has become a bit more important, but more important for Cobra, because he's battling to try and get himself back into the match. And once again, excellent weight from Yama. And now it's Cobra's turn to check his eyesight. And he's hit it too thick. How's his luck? It's spinning. Now Yama picking the point in the rail to catch the edge of that 3 and kick it in. And in it goes. And the little nudge in the 6 has held him for the 4. So Yama has come out the winner in the safety battle. So the little rally from Cobra looks as if it's going to end here. And the gap is going to go back to 4. And Yama just 5 racks away. And breaking off in rack number 19. Well, something flew into the top corner, top right hand corner. 4 ball has gone, and he's got a shot in the 1, and he's got the gap between the 7 and the 8. And he's found a gap. Well, that's gone wrong. So there's a little glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel in this rack for now for Cobra. Yama having to kick at the 3. And if that 3 bounces and misses a 9, it's a chance. Oh, I think he's left himself too straight in this 6. He's going to have to play the big draw. There's good angle though. Can come across, play that 8 ball into the left middle if he gets the cue ball across far enough. But this 7 ball isn't a dead set. It's close to the rail. Well, he's going to have to play it long. A little stop shot and just leave the cue ball more or less where the 8 ball is. That'll do. The bare minimum required here. Pot the 8 and just leave yourself the shot in the 9. So Cobra has taken his chance. Yama getting out of line, blocking himself off. And the chance was given and the chance was duly taken. And it's still 3 racks difference. And this time the break goes back to Cobra. And the 4 ball has gone in. And this time he's a shot in the 1. And he has to capitalise now. Has to get the run out. Oh dear, what's he done here? Oh, disaster. The worst possible outcome. The kiss onto the 6 and the scratch. And it's ball in hand for Yama. And that's got to hurt. And it will hurt even more if Yama runs out. Well, when you get to this level of play with 2 of the best players in Virtual Pool 4, the margin of error gets so small. That little bit of bad luck, that little bit out of line, and the other guy is going to pounce. And the gap opens back up to 4. And it's only 4 away for Yama. And he's breaking. And Rack number 21. And the 4 ball in the middle, 2 ball in the bottom right. And a bank has been left on the 1. But he's not risking it. He's looking to hide the cue ball behind the 5, 6 and 9. And he's played it well. And that mini recovery from Cobra has been stifled. And the pressure stacked on him here. Once again, not getting to the kick. And there's at least 3 kicks that Cobra has missed out on. And it's 1 point to make is that something that the jump cue is something that Cobra relies on quite a bit when he's playing in challenge rooms. He's usually shit hot with the jump cue, and he's not been up to the task when it's coming to the kicks here, and at least 3 of them important kicks just to get the hit. And definitely that's one of his weapons been taken out of the game. And Yama's held that well. Now how's the angle on this 5? Playing the delicate little pot. Now can he brush off that 9, or does he avoid it altogether just to get through for the 7? A little brush off the 9. And a simple enough shot in this 8. Get the cue ball into the table. So Yama's safety has yielded the reward. Cobra didn't make the kick. Ball in hand. And the end result was inevitable in that rack. It's now 13-8. And the 7 balls going in for Cobra. But once again, in this rack, he's got no shot in the 1. And the other problem is the fact the 1 is hanging over the middle pocket. And what does he do? Well, he's played the push, and Yama may well put him back in, because the potting angle on the 1 means you're going to scratch. So he's tried to play the little cheeky pocket corner hook there, and he's missed out. I would have pushed that back. But like I said earlier, Yama does not give you much, and when you do get that chance, you're only going to get 1 chance to take it. Well, the thing is, Bill and Cobra use the jump cue very well. The thing about Bill, though, is Bill was doing the right thing. He was setting up practice matches during the tournament, and he was playing with the tournament rules with no jump cue, so he was having to play the kick shots. I don't know whether Cobra has been doing anything like that at all, but he has been found out in a way, and he's missed a 3. And this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back, as they say. And he's now on the verge. And Yama looking to tidy up this rack to take him just 2 away from victory. So the match has been going for 95 minutes. And within another few minutes, it could all be over. So 14-8. Yama leads. Yama from Japan. And he's breaking. And the 6 ball has gone into the top right. And he's got a shot in the 1. And this rack is over. He's not going to miss. Balls are spread perfect, and it's only going to be an unforeseen disaster that's going to prevent Yama running this rack. Now, if it turns out and the result ends the way it's looking like, Cobra's going to move to that 1 loss side, and he's going to be among some tough opposition in the 1 loss side as well. And it's only a race to 11. You've got Albinario, you've got Tony Sam, who are just 2 that are waiting on him in the 1 loss side. Well, that has gone wrong. Yama's run beyond the 8 ball. He's got the cut back, or he's got the bank, but he's certainly got the angle to get up for the 9. But oh, I thought he'd scratch, but he's got away with it. No hesitation in the 8. So this for 15-8. And it's a break and run. And we'll have a look at the bracket once this match is over, and we'll see how things are going to pan out. The Cobra's got the 4 and the 7 on the break. He's got a cut in the 1, but he's got absolutely no chance of getting on that 2. Well, the worst that Yama's going to have here is a simple enough safety shot, and he's going to stick Cobra right on that 9. and it's going to be possibly Cobra's last shot, because that is fairly tight to the 9, and Cobra's got to use at least 2 rails to get to this 2, and this is where he's been found out with the kick shots. Now what does he do? Does he try and tie a ball up? Well, he's got the hit, but it's not gone safe. And there's a nice little angle in the 2 to drop over for the 3. So this is the one. Getting down onto the 5. Is he going to get there? No, he's not. Now, can Yama play the bank? Is he going to go all out? Or is he going to try and tuck him in behind the 8? Well, he's went for the little cheeky shot behind the 8, but he's using the 6 anyway, so it's another kick and hope here for Cobra. Well, just needs to draw the cue ball or run through. He had the angle to run through, and this match should be over. He's finished a bit high on the 8. But no problem. Cue ball right out into the middle of the table. And so Yamagutchitarou from Japan has beaten Cobra from England by 16 racks to 8 and is looking a very strong favourite for this tournament. Let's have a look at the bracket. Now, oh, here we go, we're going all over the place again. So that's the bottom half of the bracket. We've got Bedhead lined up to play Z Carioca, and Bedhead will be the strong favourite for that match. I think that from what we've seen so far, Bedhead has the game to cause problems for Yama. He's good at getting himself out of problems. He's good at kicking, and that's the sort of game you need to come up against Yama. And Yamagutchitarou is sitting in round 6. Albinario lined up to play Larry on the one lost side. So that's 2 great players, and one of them's going to have to go in that match. We've got Mofo the Pat, who beat Mr. Bill last night by 11 racks to 2, and a well-deserved victory from Mofo. He played very well. You've got Cue Ball 70 lined up to play Wink at Me. And we're still then waiting on a result from Tony Sam and Magician. So there's some very good matches going to be lining up in this one lost side of this tournament. But Yamagutchitarou marches on. He's looking strong, he's looking good, and he looks pretty deadly when he gets in amongst the balls. He's not going to miss. So with that, folks, I think I'll go back to bed and catch up on some sleep. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again sometime soon.